Right, welcome back, guys. A couple of days ago, I uploaded a knife sharpening for a Chinese cleaver. It belongs to my friend, and he's now quite happy with the cleaver. And he said the sharpness is amazing, and that's the reason why he gave me another one and asked me to sharpen it as well. So, this one is a 20 centimeter chef knife, is a typical Western style. It has a problem at the tip. The tip is the knife fell on the floor, and the tip is bended a little bit. Today we're gonna remove this part by sharpening, and then the cutting edge has several microchips. It's actually not that serious, but the knife doesn't cut anymore because you can feel the burr on right on this side because after cutting the food, my friend scratched the knife on a board in order to move the food from this part to the other side of the cutting board. Actually, this is quite wrong. After cutting the food, you can actually put the knife upside down and move the food, move the food to the other side. Because when you're doing this on the cutting edge, the edge is actually angling in like this. So when you scratching the blade on the board like this, you're dulling your blade. So you can just simply put your knife upside down and move the food to the other side. And actually the knife is well designed for that. You can see the spine of the knife and the handle is almost on the same line. When you put the knife upside down, there's not much gap right here. You can easily move the foods like this. Alright, so today since the cutting edges does not have so much damage and chips on it, we can start on 800 grit stone. SUEHIRO new Cerax format 800. I've been using it quite often, and I'm very happy about the feeling when I work on it. And then after this, after 800, we will continue. I will continue on the Rika 5000, which I'm going to do the unboxing now. The Rika 5000 is finishing stone. 5000 grit is actually perfect for family use. For family use, you just need 5000, no more than 5000. And both stone are soaking stone, which means you need to soak it into water for a while until there's no bubble coming out. We will show you when we soak it later. So let's just do the unboxing. Alright, there you go. SUEHIRO Rika 5000, it says here soaking in the water completely. So we start on 800 and finish on 5000. Now I'm gonna soak them. Before we soak them, I would like to introduce you what soaking stone is. And soaking stone means the stone is very thirsty and it needs to drink a lot of water. Let me just drop some water on the surface, and you will see that the water goes away very quickly. It's absorbed by the stone itself. So this one is completely new. I just did the unboxing, and this one I've been using it quite often, but I'll already dry it. I just put it on my in my kitchen and for several days. Now the stone is completely dry. So let me put some water on it. See here? If you find this on your stone, it means your stone is a soaking stone. The water is gone. And let me drop some water on the Rika 5000. Same here, meaning I need to soak them. Here's a box of water. Here's our 2 SUEHIRO stones, and with the water on it, watermark on it. Just please pay attention when I put them into the water. There will be a lot of bubble coming out. First one in. Whoa, you can actually hear it. Now the stone is drinking. And this one as well. Rika 5000 in. It doesn't sound that terrible as the 800 one, but you need to soak it as well. So when does the soaking work finished? It's quite easy actually. You just go and have a couple of drink, and then after 10 or 15 minutes you come back and check if there is still bubbles coming out like this. If you see this, means you still need to soak your stone for a little while, for a little longer. But once you find the bubble is gone, there's no bubble at all, meaning the stone is ready to use. So I'm gonna grab a beer and I'll come back in 10 minutes. Actually, the reason why Rika 5000 doesn't sound that terrible as the 800 new Cerax is because the stone is it's much finer than the 800. You see the small bubbles right there, and that is actually coming out of 5000. And the big bubble right here is actually coming out of the 800 stone. Yeah, here it's better to see it. So actually the Rika 5000 it does create a lot of bubbles, but much smaller than the 800 one. Okay, let's take a look. Up to now it's about 30 minutes, a little bit more than 30 minutes already, and the 800 new Cerax whetstone stop bubbling, but the Rika 5000 still, you can see the tiny bubble coming out of the stone. I can tell you the reason is probably the first time soaking the Rika 5000 in the water, and the first time I use it. The first time soaking it always takes much longer and than you expect. For the stone you used before, and the second time or third time or you soak it, it wouldn't take that long. So I would say for now I can start working with the 800 stone and continue to soak the Rika 5000. So let's get started. And another way to check if you still need to soak the stone or not, when you take the stone out of the water, there's a lot of water on the surface, and you wait for like 5 to 10 seconds and see if the water is still on the surface. If it does stay on the surface, it means the stone is ready to work. So as I introduced earlier, the right hand user scratch on the cutting board to the right, so the burr it comes to the left hand side of the blade. So I want to start on this side first, because after sharpening I can feel the burr on the other side. Otherwise I wouldn't know if it's the sharpening work creating the burr or is the old one. So let's begin. So again, a proper angle, and you hold the knife like this. Your finger on the heel and your thumb on the spine to lock down an angle. Make sure the knife doesn't move like this. So your left hand is on the blade, on the place where you want to sharpen. So we start with the tip with a certain angle, and you need to count how many strokes you work on one side, and make sure both sides should be even. Okay, let's begin. So now the burr is gone, and I feel on the right side of the blade, I can clearly feel the burr is on this side. And I checked the chip. The chip is gone as well. Well, actually, the 800 stone feels finer than I expected. It feels like the feeling is just like 1000 or 1200, and it sounds like this as well, but the cutting performance, I mean to remove the metal, it's really good. It's really good. It's very fast removing metal. Remember, the burr was on this side, and I did 20 strokes on this side, and it removed the burr and create the burr on the other side, which means you can actually start on the right side again. Some water on the surface. Same angle, but on the right side, you need to lock down the angle like this. Thumb right here and the finger on the spine. Make sure the knife doesn't move like this, and choose a proper angle you like. You'd like to sharpen the knife, and remember 45-degree with the stone, and the other hand to put the finger on the blade where you want to sharpen. And try to use the full length of the stone. Also count the strokes. And don't put too much pressure on it, just light pressure. And you always, you have to give the pressure when you pull the knife away, like away from the cutting edge. Now the burr is to the left side again. The stone cuts so well. And when you work on the left side, you make sure you put a little pressure when you pull the knife to yourself, and the other way around when you're doing the other side. Burr's gone, and burr's on this side. When you feel the burr, you have to feel the burr of the whole edge. Make sure the whole edge has the burr evenly, which means this part, this side is done. You're able to work on the other side. Try to use all part of your stone. I'm removing the bended tip. Of course, the whole area of the stone, not only the middle part. Almost gone. So we are making a 40 strokes on this way and 50 strokes on this side already. So another 10 strokes on the other side. So we're even. Cutting edge check if it's even. Great. Yep. Okay. Just do a little more work with the tip, because the tip it's bended. And the top end and the bottom end, normally we don't use there that much, so I focus on these two parts a little bit more. The edge is completely fixed. I don't know if I can focus on this, but yeah, it's fixed. All right. Maybe from here, yeah. And no chips, and the tip as well. This is the tip now. And from the result on the edge, it's very close to a 1000. Actually, it's 800 grade. It's very fine stone. It's really like this stone, to be honest. All right, time to work on the Rika 5000. The Rika 5000 does not have any stands, so I'm gonna use SUEHIRO number 32 rubber stand. And I actually like this one much more than the Naniwa one, because Naniwa one has very limited contact area with the like table or wooden block, but the SUEHIRO one it has a very flat bottom, which means the contact area with the table or the wooden block or whatever sink, the contact area is larger and is more stable as well. And actually the width is designed for Debato MD series for the oversized stone, but for the regular size stone you can also use on the rubber stand as well. And if you use a standard stone, you can see the margin right here, but it doesn't matter. All right, so the water stays on the surface, meaning it's ready to use. Okay, let's begin. Very good. Okay. feeling that the cutting edge is moving on the stone is quite obviously, and also feel like magnets to catch the knife. I make sure that each side are equally sharpened. Alright. Feel a tiny little burr on this side, and I think just 2 long strokes can remove the burr. Yeah, it's gone. Okay. Alright, the finish is almost done. Now both edges are very equal and nicely polished. So I'm doing the 5 strokes again to make sure the cutting edge is clean and equal. The stone really cleans itself very quickly when I just pushing on the surface. Again, you want to stop it right here and start from here and stop right here. And again, stop right here and stop right there. Okay. And 4 stroke, 3 strokes, and 3 strokes. Because the knife, the edge is quite curved. You might want to lift the knife, the handle of the knife, a little bit when you reach the tip. Make sure the tip is sharpened, like this. And from this side as well, lift the tip, lift the handle a little bit. Make sure the tip is sharpened, and you push down a little bit. Okay, now we can check the cutting edge. It is not like the mirror finish, like the 6000 grit. 6000 really polished the cutting edge like a mirror, but 5000, it is okay, but not like beautifully down like the 6000. Okay. Yeah. Okay. There it is. Okay. Yep. This is it. Last but not least, you probably know it already. Strapping. So it's the very last step for finishing sharpening. Leather strapping. To remove the tiny little burr from the cutting edge. It makes extreme fine cutting edge, and it gives the knife push cut for performance. Alright, so let's try the sharpness. May wanna lift up a little bit. Okay, so turn a little bit. Right, good, good. Wow, it is smooth. So I tried different parts of the blade and see if it has push cut performance. So even the tip, yes. And try the whole edge if it's even. It cuts the straight line. Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.